See my screen?
Yes.
All right, great. So Black Achievers Professional Network. So we're the #1 network for Black professionals, not only in Cincinnati, but we're actually expanding nationally. So we are setting up chapters in Columbus, in Cleveland, and Chicago in 2022. And we have other chapters that are available. So if you are thinking about becoming a chapter president or would like to work with us to set up something in your city, please let us know. So today's agenda, I'm going to give an update on what we are doing and also go over our 2 core programs, which is a business academy and a business institute. We have some graduates that are on right now. They can kind of give you an idea of what those are like. And you're able to do those nationally as well. So you don't have to be in Cincinnati. These are all virtual programs, both of them. So we'll go over that. Then we're going to have a network session on financial empowerment and financial independence. And then we'll have ArtsWave and Leadership Council will start a conversation on some amazing programs that they have and ability to plug you in. And then we'll have our breakout room #2. And then after that, Gilman Partners will speak on some of the opportunities that they have in their space for employment. And in Main Street Ventures, unfortunately, Kelly Bonnell will not be able to be here today, but I will briefly go over some grant opportunities that they have for small business owners. And then we'll wrap out the night with a networking session and breakout room #3. So hopefully that brings everybody up to speed. And if Dave, you could mute everyone and make sure you're admitting everyone, that would be great. So our mission is to connect.
Of course, I muted Michael as well.
Yeah, I thought you muted me as well. So Black Achievers' mission is to connect, educate, and economically empower the African-American community. I started this in 2018. It became a 501c3 in 2020. I am a native of Cincinnati. I'm a West Sider. I went to UC. I have a degree in mechanical engineering. I owned a business for about 15 years called Websites Express. And most recently, I was an IT project manager at Fifth Third Bank. And I have just left Fifth Third to do Black Achievers full time. So that took me about 3 years to raise enough money to do that. So that is amazing testament to Cincinnati and the businesses here that want to support Black empowerment. And I'll have an office now at Union Hall downtown, and I'm doing this full time. So it's like a dream come true. And this picture that you see here was our last in-person event. So we are planning to get back to those hopefully in January of 2022. And that was at First Financial Bank downtown. So our board of directors is myself, David Yoha, and Leandra McFadgen, who originally founded the organization. And we have some key advisors, Carl Satterwhite, Mary Stagman, and Bill Tucker. And our first donors were Philip Holloman and Alicia Kittner with ArtsWave and Scott Provinger with Ignite Philanthropy, to kind of give you a background on who's behind Black Achievers. So a little bit about our traction. We have over 4,000 Black professionals as members in the greater Cincinnati area and about 30,000 nationally. Most of those we want to start to set up into chapters. So like I said before, if you're interested in a chapter and you're in a different city, please reach out to me. It's michael@blackachievers.com. And we have about 540 business owners that are members as well. These are individuals who have full-time jobs in some cases and own a side business. Et cetera, et cetera. But we have about 500 or so people in that entrepreneurship category and about 15 community partners. So real quick, we had a Black Achievers Business Academy, which is basically a pre-accelerator to help you start or grow a business. These are our graduates, and some of them might be on the call today. So these individuals actually graduated from our first cohort. We are having our next cohort start October 21st. And if you are interested in that, you can reach out to us. And it's an 8-week program that allows you to, one is to connect with other business owners like yourself, and then also to come up with strategies to grow your business. So this is a shout out and congratulations to these individuals. I think I saw Charles McLennan definitely was on the call. So congratulations to you guys and Jalea as well. So here's some details about if you're interested. It starts October 21st to December 9th. Our cohort size is between 5 to 10 businesses. I can tell you now we have 7 already, so there's only 3 spots left if you're interested. It's an 8-week curriculum. It goes everything from your business plan to pricing, the sales, funding, pitch day, etc. And it's in the evenings, 1 day a week from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. via Zoom. And you get to meet advisors, mentors, investors, learn from experts, and you get to network. So send an email to academy@blackachievers.com if you're interested in participating in that. And like I said, we have 3 spots available. And our next program I'd like to run through real quick is the Business Acquisition Institute. This is a program that allows you as an executive to go through a program to learn about mergers and acquisitions and how to purchase a business. We have Andre that's on here on this call, and maybe Jennifer Ingram as well. They're both graduated from this program. It is an amazing opportunity, which African Americans typically are not represented in mergers and acquisitions. So this allows us to get taught by experts and also to have the right support structure to put deals together and to actually purchase businesses that are ongoing instead of starting them from scratch. And you get a lot of advantages in doing this. We're partnered with the Cincinnati U.S. Regional Chamber. We also are partnered with the Gehring Center, which is an institute or nonprofit that helps family-owned businesses. And a lot of these family-owned businesses are looking for buyers, and individuals that come through this program will have access to education, access to capital through some of our partners, access to partners for them to be able to do deals, and access to deal flow, which is exceptional. So this is a revolutionary program that we're trying to scale to get more African Americans into ownership. So if you're interested in this and learning about how these things work, it's an 8-week course. It starts October 20th through December 8th. It meets once per week on Wednesdays from 7 to 9 p.m. And just send us an email at institute@blackachievers.com. We have 2 spots available for this particular program as well. And both of these programs are free to participate for anyone. You just have to put the time and effort in. And when you graduate, you'll be part of our ecosystem for a lot of investment opportunities and the ability to partner and to purchase businesses, which is a great way to build wealth. So we are going to stop sharing and we are going to jump into our first networking session. So this one is the question. I'm going to turn this over to Dave actually and let him run through. So Dave.
Okay, yeah, thanks, Mike. Excellent information and programs, really exciting. I actually sat through like the pitch session for the Business Academy, the last one, and like everyone did such a good job. My name is David Yoha. I wanted to quickly mention that we are a membership-driven organization. So I would like to invite anyone who's not yet a paid member to join if you see the value. A few quick benefits of becoming a paid member. One is you can be part of our leadership team. You get to support our nationwide growth. And you help us continue to hold events like this. So if you're interested, you want to learn more information, just send an email to membership@blackachievers.com, and then we'll send you out some more information. Okay, so let's get to the networking. This is DNA of Black Achievers, helping people network, connect. The way it works is I'm going to put everyone randomly into groups of 4 or 5 in a breakout room. The objective of the breakout room is to get to know each other and answer the session question. So the session question, the first one is, what is your 3 to 5 year plan for financial independence? I'm assuming everyone is working on that. You have some flexibility in how the rooms go, but this is what we suggest. Each person spends about 30 seconds to quickly introduce themselves to each other. You spend 1 minute to answer the session question. You spend 1 minute to discuss any connection opportunities, and then it's usually like about 1 minute while the session is in the breakout room is ending, and you can exchange information. We usually recommend exchanging LinkedIn information, and then you can connect that way. A couple quick tips. Be sure to unmute yourself once you get into the breakout room, and you can always leave the breakout room for any reason. So let me set this up, and we'll do that in just less than a minute. So give me 1 second.
Let's get some feedback going. How did it go in there, DeVoe? Can't hear you. Went okay? Troy?
It was amazing.
Amazing. Let me hear some feedback. Amazing. Come on.
Yeah, like I met this awesome guy, Roger. He was just dropping all type of atomic bombs and.
Hey, Roger. Roger, you dropping that now?
I'm trying to drop the 411.
Yeah,
I will second that. We were in the same room, Michael.
Oh, were you, Jalea?
Call my name, yes.
Okay. Anybody, some feedback from anybody else?
Our team was good too. We were
Great.
talking about leveraging, pivoting, how we pivoted our businesses, but wanting to invest in other businesses as another way to build up our resources. And we were talking about legacy building for our kids as well. Then we had another young lady in our group that it was in the beginning stages of thinking about it. I was trying to get her to speak when we came back, but she won't speak. She's trying to be
Oh,
shy.
it's okay.
But we're gonna get her to
That's
speak
right.
before the session's over.
Man, y'all, Black Achievers can do all that in 12 minutes. I mean, my goodness, that's power packed. Y'all doing some things. Tracy Howard, you have a good one in there. Jennifer, everybody was good in there.
I feel like,
DeVoe, I
like we
sent you
did
a
good,
message,
too.
so check your messages, DeVoe.
All right. Okay, we're
I
gonna.
like that group too, man.
Great. Well, I'm glad everybody had a great time. I'm gonna go ahead and kick this over to our first presenter for the night. So let me share real quick, I think. Dave, you can mute everyone. So the following organizations are committed. Oh, I guess I got muted too. Am I unmuted? You hear me now? Okay. The following organizations are committed to diversity and inclusion. They are creating opportunities for African-American communities. So these are our sponsors. They're going to take about 10 minutes or so to give you an overview of exactly some of the opportunities they have. So first up is ArtsWave, Miss Janice Lindberg, sorry, and she's going to, I'm going to stop sharing so she can share. Hey, Janice.
Thank you, Michael, and good evening, everyone. It is my pleasure being here, and it is ArtsWave's pleasure to be the presenting sponsor of Black Achievers this year. We hope to have this relationship with Black Achievers for many, many years to come. I'm gonna quickly share my screen. There we go. So as Michael said, I'm Janice Liebenberg. I am with ArtsWave. I'm the Director of Equitable Arts Advancement and Corporate Giving for the organization. I've been there 7 years, and it has been 7 wonderful years. So for those of you who don't know, ArtsWave is the first and largest United Arts Fund in the country. We got our start in 1927. And we have been running this campaign ever since. We are also the engine for the region's arts. We, with the help of tens of thousands of donors every year, we are able to invest in more than 110 arts organizations and projects that make Cincinnati a vibrant place to live, work, and play. We just wrapped up our campaign. So if you participated in the campaign, I want to personally thank you for doing so. We set out a goal of raising $11 million for the arts this year. And we were able to do so, you know, even during a pandemic. We had 23,000 donors. And as I said, we annually invest these dollars in about 110 arts organizations. So ArtsWave is very committed to diversity, equity, inclusion, and access. We believe that the arts should be available and accessible to everyone, not just an elite few. We also believe that the arts is necessary, not just nice to have in the community. And that is why we do this every year. This past year, we invested more than $1 million in BIPOC artists and arts organizations. We have a couple of ways for you to get involved, but let me first share about our Circle of African American Arts Grants Program. So a couple of years ago, about 5 years ago, Mel Gravely with Traversity, Dolores Hargrove Young, who is with D.E. Fox, and Edgar Smith with Wolfpack Papers started an affinity group within ArtsWave. They are board members of ArtsWave, and so they decided to start an affinity group and call it the Circle of African American Leaders for the Arts. And this group is a networking group. We have about 110 members, And, you know, part of your benefits is that we have a few exclusive behind the scenes events with each other. But then about 2 years ago, we decided that this group will fund some African American arts directly with their donations to ArtsWave. Now, Michael Moore is a brand new member of the Circle of African American Leaders for the Arts, and we just rolled out the second installment of the Circle's Grants Program. And here are a list of the organizations that received the muted. Can you hear me? Okay, I got
Yes.
muted for some reason. Some of these organizations are probably in your neighborhood, so I'll just quickly go through the list. Revolution Dance Theater, Elements, Professional Artistic Research Project or PAR projects in Northside, Juneteenth Inc., the Roma, Robert O'Neill Multicultural Art Center, it's commonly jazz, the Freedom Center, Black Art Speaks, Music Resource Center, Jazz Alive, and Hear Us, Hear Them Ensemble. So these organizations just received grants from the second installment of the Circle's African American Grants Program that is funded in part by donations to ArtsWave from the affinity group, the, oh my goodness, ArtsWave Circle of African American Leaders for the Arts. So quick shout out to the Circle and Michael and other members in the group for funding this arts program. These organizations receive critical funding to expand their impact and build capacity for their organizations, for their constituents, for everyone they serve. We have a few other ways you can get involved. You know, we have a Boardway Bound program, which is a board training program that we do every year. So if you have an interest to serve on an arts board, we can get you up to speed and what that looks like and then match you with an organization. We have several grant panel review committee opportunities if you are interested in getting involved and help us give the money away. ArtsWave doesn't decide where the money goes. We invite members from the community to come in to help us decide where the dollars go. If you are interested in doing that, I'd love to hear from you. A couple of things that you will hear from us in the next couple of weeks, which will come out in the newsletter, is two things. We are launching or relaunching our Flow program, which is an art series quarterly that we launched in February of 2020 with DCDC out of Dayton, and we had to shut things down because of COVID, but we are ready to relaunch and we will make that announcement very soon. We are also announcing the second installment of our very, very successful Truth and Reconciliation Grants program for Black and Brown artists. Last year, we gave away about $300,000 to 27 artists who all created a piece of art under the theme of truth and reconciliation. And we had a showcase in July, and I hope some of you came out to see some of the art. You can still see the visual art, which is at the Freedom Center on their third floor. And there's beautiful, beautiful and thoughtful art by some of the artists that participated. And I want to share, my email address with you because we are just now kicking off the 2020-22 ArtsWave campaign. Tim Steigerwald with Messer is chairing the campaign for us this year. And if you or your organization have an African-American ERG or BRG group, and you want to create more arts as part of the activities that you do for that ERG group, I would love to come in and share a few ways of how you can do that. So I'm leaving you with my email address. If any of that sounded like you wanted to hear more about, since we only have a few minutes tonight, please feel free to reach out to me. And that is all I have. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you, Michael, and I look forward to the rest of the program. Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you, Janice. That was amazing.
Yeah, I'll stop sharing my screen now. Thank
All
you.
right. Yeah. Thanks, Janice and ArtsWave. They've been a great sponsor. Make sure that you contact Janice if you're interested in any of those board positions. They are amazing opportunity for you to meet and network with influential people. And if you have any questions about that, you can contact myself or Janice and get you in touch with the right people. So the next on the list, Jenny Berg with the BOLD program. Jenny, are you going to speak, or is Jay?
Actually, Jay could not be here tonight. I have a short video. Can I show
Wow.
that?
You're so fancy. Okay,
Well, I
we're
wouldn't
ready.
call it that, but let me find that. But while I'm looking for that, I will just tee it up. So our BOLD program, which you can see behind me, is an opportunity for our folks in our community to really dive into their community and serve the community through board service. And it's a wonderful opportunity to really learn about what boards do, what the roles are, if you have never served on a board, or even if you have served on a board and you want to be a better board member, it's a great opportunity for you to learn about the basic responsibilities of a board. You get to meet a number of different nonprofit leaders throughout the program, as well as consulting groups and other businesses that support nonprofit communities and have nonprofit business units. So you learn about finance and fundraising and board governance and board succession and how to handle, if you're working in a nonprofits or on a board of a nonprofit, how to handle the succession of the executive director and things like that. So it's a wonderful program. We've had a number of Black Achievers folks, team members go through the program. Actually, one of your executive team, I think, Michael, Leandra McFadden is in this current BOLD class, right. and we've had some other people go through. So we are, it's a 9-week program. We're graduating our BOLD 7 class next week, and the next one starts on October 15th. So I just want to have you all meet Jay here. I did this wrong. So, and here we go. All right, let me share real quick. Nothing's real quick when we're sharing, right? All right, not that. Okay. Okay, this is not, I'm not finding my video. So it's just a welcome message to introduce you to BOLD. And Jay is our program director. Jay is quite a storyteller. He was formerly with WCPO, and he also had something called JTV, and he worked with HGTV and DIY and developed 700 different productions along the way. So he is a great at doing a nice interactive program with our speakers and our consultants that work with us to help educate our class. And our next class starts October 14th. I will put in the chat a link to the BOLD program, and as well as my email address. And if you've got any questions, please let me know. We welcome you to apply for that program. We'll have more, of course, in 2022. We're finalizing our schedule very soon. And this will be our 8th class this year. So think about it. Board service is a great way to expand your network, which is what BA is all about, and also to develop additional skills that you may or may not be getting from your employer. And it's a great way to expand your knowledge of the community and what a difference anyone can make in our community. So I will put that in the chat. Thank you, Michael.
Oh, thank you, Jenny. Yeah, the BOLD program is amazing. A lot of our board members are going to go through that, and myself included. So highly recommended. We've had like at least 6 or 7 Black Achiever members already go through, and they've said rave things about it. So definitely support that. And looks like Janice's email is in there. If you're interested in some of the ArtsWave, it's in the chat. So please reach out to her as well. All right, so we're going to go ahead and jump into the next breakout room. So we're going to have a great discussion. I'm going to share my screen real fast. Then see what the next topic is. All right,
okay.
So I'm gonna let Dave go ahead. Sorry, Dave.
Okay, yes, I was just gonna say thanks to our sponsors for sharing their amazing news and partnerships and it's always exciting to hear from them. That's how we are able to hold events like this. So let's get to the networking. It's basically what types of investments would you like to make in the next 3 to 5 years? Real estate, Bitcoin, stocks, business, starting a business, investing in a business. So it's a pretty interesting topic. So I am going to start to create the breakout rooms. So remember the format. I would just recommend structure, 3 seconds introduction, 1 minute to answer the question, 1 minute to discuss connection opportunities, and then of course exchange information while you have the countdown, and you can exchange your LinkedIn information. So I will, and a couple things, you're going to be muted when you get in, of course, so unmute yourself, and you can always leave the breakout room for any reason. So let me quickly set this up, and I think we're almost there. Create. Okay, so get ready.
Mike.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Hey, man.
Where's David Yohai? I don't see him. DeAndre, was you in there talking about Bitcoin, brother?
You know I was, so I shared with everyone. Everyone on the call, it was great, Mike. Everyone in the breakout room was like-minded in terms of looking or actively investing in real estate.
Yeah.
Traditional investments that they're looking for, becoming active and passive owners in the business. So it was a great conversation had by all. And that was a large break room. I think I was in there with 5 other people. So
nice. Any other feedback? Kevin Macy, what'd you talk about in there? Was it good, brother?
It had to be.
He's on mute.
It had to be good.
Can't hear you, Kevin.
No, it was very good. We have a very great group of folks here, and I think we all have some similar objectives, and I see a common path. And I think there's an opportunity for some of us to help each other. So
that's a great thing. That's a great thing.
Thank you.
That's what it is. What happened in there, Mr. Inye Canoe? You have a good conversation in there, sir? You're an expert in the area.
Group of folk. I probably am not the best person to talk about our group. Can I defer to one of the other folk that was in our room?
Yes. Well, by name, go ahead. Call them out.
Well, I'll talk. I was in the room with them, and
there we go.
Because that's his strong suit, because that's what he does, and he was giving a lot of advice about doing things. Even talking about triple net leasing, and one of the things he really emphasized the importance of diversifying, and telling us about other ways that we can spread our money out, and so those are really the things that he really hit on in our group.
Great. Any other groups not represented? Give me a group representatives. Give us some feedback. Tracy Howard, were you in a different group?
Yes, we were in the group. We had 4 in our group. We talked a lot about real estate because almost everyone had some attachment to real estate, or they were interested in getting in real estate. I think the primary topic was that it's one of the few things that really can be passive income. You can get passive income from real estate rather than being super engaged in it as you are most of the time when you're an entrepreneur in other fields. So that was the key topic. And one of our attendees, I'm going to mess her name up, Agatha or Ayetha, something like that, Corbin. Awesome individual. She has a business where she's creating opportunities for passive income within her business. And I thought that was intriguing to think about creating other little pockets of opportunity to create multiple streams of income within your own business.
Well,
She stimulated some thought for me.
Well, thank you very much, Tracy. Dr. Vanessa, she dropped? Okay.
I'm here.
Are you here? Yeah, give us some feedback or some positive energy.
So our group, first of all, I want to just say the next time you decide to divide up groups, I want you to throw me in there with Inyi, because he's over there giving out free financial advice.
Okay.
And that's exactly who I want to be talking to about the financials. Or you could put me in there with Kevin. It's been a long time since I saw Kevin Macy. It's good to see you guys. Anyway, my group was awesome. We talked about investing in everything, a little bit of everything. We talked about real estate, crypto. We really talked about where we think the markets are going to move and, you know, what the future looks like for investments. And I think that that's important to have those conversations because, you know, when it comes to investments, you want to make sure you're investing in something that is going to net you a return. And yeah, so that's what we talked about. So it was pretty good.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna get one more feedback in a room that has not had a representative yet. Anybody? Carrie Mack? You're on mute, Carrie.
Yeah, sorry. Our group was represented. I was in the group with Mr. Kevin Macy, and our group main topic was real estate. Was a primary focus for so many folks in our group. I did share that I'm in the financial industry, so that's always a focus for me. Investing, you know, having the right investing strategy is key. Debunking the myth that, you know, we don't have enough money to invest is really important. But I think real estate and investing were primary focuses for our group.
Okay, well, we got one more financial related breakout room, so stay around for that. We're going to now go to the great Angel Beats with Gilman Partners. She's going to share her screen and tell you about all of the amazing career opportunities that they have. And I'll turn it over to Angel.
Michael, it's nice to see so many of you and a lot of new faces this month as well. So welcome all, and glad you're part of this group because I've been here. It's my fourth, I think, meeting, and always meet some great people. So thank you. Really quickly, as an overview, Gilman Partners has been in this market about 41 years, and we are a retained executive search firm and also a leadership development firm. So our firm is going to place about, I don't even know what the total is this year, maybe more than 150 candidates throughout Greater Cincinnati, throughout the Midwest, and even some in the southern states as well this year. We're placing a lot of senior leaders, C-suite leaders, all the way down to mid-level managers in careers in manufacturing, in operations, in sales and marketing, in construction and real estate. A lot in the HR space and finance as well. So if you're looking for a career and you're interested in what we have right now, you can go to gilmanpartners.com and look at all of our current opportunities. At the bottom of each one, you'll find the link to the recruiter who's the lead for that search, and you can reach out to them and connect that way. The other part of our business, though, is what I wanted to spend a few minutes talking about this evening as well. And that is that we are also a talent development firm. And for the past year and a half, we've been running a program called GP Elevate. And GP Elevate is all about taking high potential leaders and preparing them for executive management. Michael, as he mentioned at the beginning of the meeting, is going to be joining us for the next cohort, cohort 4. It kicks off in October. We have 10 leaders in that class right now who are just fantastic. I can't wait for Michael, you to meet this whole group. We keep the classes really small. There are no more than 12 people per cohort, and that's intentional. It's so that we can really give everyone a lot of experience, let the group have a lot of interaction time and get to know one another. But really, the program is designed to help leaders do two things: develop some functional skills as well as some soft skills, and then also help them develop a very like-minded senior network of professionals in the Greater Cincinnati area. And so the program is 6 months long. We spend 3 months talking about some of the functional skills, 1 full day talking about talent management. How can you as a leader attract, retain, and develop talent in your organization, even if you're not, and likely you are not, the HR leader? What is your responsibility in hiring individuals who reflect your values, your company's values, have the right skills, and can come in and be a great member of your team? Then the second month, we talk a little bit about organizational strategy. How do you think about your differentiators? How do you really think about what to say no to? Because all of you who are leading organizations know that saying no is even harder than saying yes sometimes. And so we kind of think through your differentiators and help you decide, what is your positioning for your organization and how are you differentiated in the market? Then how do you communicate that strategy to your team? The third month is split into 2 parts. We talk about finance, how to read a P&L and a balance sheet and cash flow statements, things that some leaders have experience in. Others, like me, as I moved up my career, didn't have access to P&Ls and some of those documents. And so it's important to be able to go into an executive room and be able to answer questions related to finance. Then in the afternoon, we switch gears and talk about change management. So as we all know, change is hard. Humans are not wired to love change. And so we really talk about, why do humans resist change and how can you help your team overcome that change? Then we move to the softer skills, spend a whole day talking about executive level communication, crucial conversations. How do you have those really important conversations with your team that have to happen, but are so hard? How do you make sure that they're delivered well and with the same goals in mind and have them delivered effectively? And then a whole session on emotional intelligence and executive presence, including a session on time management for leaders. How do you create a culture of productivity in your organization? We talk about the badge of busy, right? We like to say, how are you? Oh, I'm so busy, so busy. Have you talked to someone recently who hasn't told you how busy they are? You know, we're all guilty of it. We call it the B word sometimes in my company. And the reality is we have to say we're busy, and we have to stay busy or we're not going to feel valuable in our organization. There's a big difference between being busy and being productive. And so we talk about that. You know, how can you really work with more productivity in mind versus just staying busy? And then lastly, we have a session that's on executive teamwork. How do you think about building trust at the executive team level, which is critical to really having that effective executive team? And how do you think about your executive team as your first team and your functional team as your second team? Because really, if you don't have that trust and first team mentality with your executive team, a lot breaks down from there on. So that's the overview of our whole program. We spend a lot of time talking through individual situations. We don't put more than one person from the same organization in the same cohort. And that's so that you feel free sharing and really opening up to the cohort and the group itself. Every session ends with a 1-hour executive interview. So we bring in CEOs from around town and talk to them about their experiences and what's brought them to the CEO level. So that's a great chance to meet some executive leaders as well. So anyway, if you're interested in the program or have someone on your team who you think would be a good fit for the program, I'd encourage you to go to our website. Again, you can look for our open jobs there, but also you can check out GP Elevate. And so you'll find that at gilmanpartners.com. And then if you put /elevate, you'll find the information for our program. I'll put it in the chat room as well. And hopefully as Michael goes through the program, he can do some little sharing out and tell you all he's learning.
I'll let everybody know how amazing the experience is. I'm looking forward to it, Angel.
Thanks, Michael. Thank you all.
Hey, thanks, Angel, for that. And we'll make sure you put that in the chat, and we'll also send that out. It goes out in our newsletter as well. So that's an amazing program, and I'll know more about it, and I'll share out when I get a chance. All right, let me share. We'll move on. So we just did Gilman Partners. Main Street Ventures is not available today, but anybody who is a business owner, they do have a grant right now for startups, which is not just startups, but any business, $5,000 to $10,000 grants. It's called the Launch It Cincy Grants. Applications are open at their website, and they are due October 8th. And I'll have David put their website address, Main Street Ventures, I think .org, into the chat. But if you want to go there, they can go ahead and you can submit an application. And as a Black Achievers member, we'll actually do a referral for you that will actually allow you to identify yourself as part of our organization and hopefully give you a better chance at getting a grant. All right. And we're going to jump into our last, we're actually going to skip that right now. We're going to do that in a minute. I wanted to do a member spotlight real quick with individuals who are here and give you like 1 or 2 minutes to kind of talk about what you are up to. So Leandra McFadden, I think you're going through the BOLD program. And then I think Dr. Monique is on. Is Michonne, are you on? I think I saw you. I know Dr. Vanessa Enoch is on. So Leandra, if you wanted to share a little, like 1 or 2 minutes of what's going on with you.
Sure, Michael, thank you very much. Hey, everyone. So what's going on with me? As Michael mentioned and Jenny mentioned, I am going through the BOLD Leadership program. We're finishing up today. It's a great program. I learned a lot, and you know, Mike and Dave have to stand by for flood of information that I received that I'm able to bring back to our board to share with them just about how we govern ourselves. But it's been a 8-week awesome program. And I just wanted to kind of shout that out for others that I highly recommend that if you have aspirations to participate in the board, to represent the community for which you live in or surrounding, that I recommend participating in that. And then also I'll be going through the Business Acquisition Institute as a student. So I'm constantly learning. Black Achievers has afforded me the best opportunity and one of the greatest opportunities to continue to network with like-minded professionals towards my aspirations of building wealth for myself and family generationally.
Thank you, sir. That sounds like a great endorsement, and congratulations to you for all the programs you're going through. Dr. Vanessa Enoch, do you want to take a minute or two, tell everyone what you're working on?
Well, hi there, everyone. We are in the process right now of scaling our business. I have a management and technology consulting firm. We're a small company with just 10 employees, and COVID taught us a lot about scaling and diversifying our business. And so I feel like I'm running a whole new business right now because many of our services are new, but it's given us really an opportunity to put some processes in place. And so we are offering now some assessment tools. We're doing a DISC as well as 12 driving forces and emotional quotient assessments. And we're also launching into the products business. And so we are doing tech products. And since tech is our space, it's our lane, we're providing tech products both in the Amazon, fulfillment by Amazon space, as well as Walmart and in some other places. So we're branching out in some other areas, and you know, that's pretty much what my team is doing right now.
Yeah, if you could put your website address in the chat, that'd be great for everyone to be able to reach out to you.
Yep. And I'm going to put 2 website addresses in the chat. I'm going to put our corporate website address. I'm also going to put, we sell domains and hosting services and all of that good stuff as well. So I'll put that in the chat as well. So
okay, sounds great. Well, thank you. Moving to Dr. Monique Johnson, are you on still? I know you were on earlier. Or Mashawn, are you on?
I'm here.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dr. Monique. Yeah, go ahead. Give us 1 or 2 minutes about your business and what you're doing.
Okay, so I am a real estate investor. We primarily rent properties. My husband and I have been business owners since, I don't know, it's 18 years now, I believe. We are always open to sharing. Actually, I've shared with Jennifer Ingram. I don't know if Jen is on here, but we seem to be doing this consulting thing where people are wanting to ask us questions and things of that nature, which is fine. Our goal really is to expand to Cincinnati because all of our properties are in Georgia and we have quite a few. And we're looking to expand here in Cincinnati. And then we're just looking to refine our process, just make it more clean and all of that. So I'm just talking about the whole application process. So yeah, that's what we're doing there. Continuing to purchase a couple properties. We're looking to expand to multi-units now. And as far as my coaching and consulting business, I continue to do that work, coaching, executive coaching, leadership coaching, as well as facilitating DEI presentations and things of that nature and trainings. And I've partnered with a couple other consultants because, you know, when you get big projects, you know, you need more people, right? So the solopreneur doesn't work. So we've learned that in consulting, I think it's better to, you know, to put in 1% of 100 people's effort than 100% of your own.
Agreed.
I've done
That's
some work
great.
with Jen, partner with Jen, and then another person as well. So that's what I've been up
Well,
to.
I know a lot of members are interested in real estate. So if you could put your either LinkedIn or your website address in the chat, I'm sure a lot of people would love to reach out for some
Sure.
advice in that area for sure.
Sure.
Thank you very much. All right, is Sean, are you on? Nope. I know I saw Janae Broomfield. Are you on, Janae?
I sure am.
Would love to hear about you, and I know you have some career announcements and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. So hello, everyone. My name is Janae Broomfield. I recently just started as a marketing specialist at Fifth Third Bank downtown. So I'm working under the treasury management side on commercials. So I'm extremely excited about that. A little bit about my background. I am originally from Cincinnati, Ohio. I graduated with my undergrad in marketing in 2017, worked for a State Farm agent. So I got licensed in life and health, property and casualty. And then I transitioned to being an admissions counselor at the University of Cincinnati College of Nursing. And I am currently now, as I mentioned, a marketing specialist at Fifth Third, and I'm getting my graduate studies in marketing at UC as well. When I came back to Cincinnati in 2019, I joined Black Achievers, and it's been a great venture. So I love Michael Moore and all the other people that you see up on your screen right now. Everyone is just a great resource. Part of the reason why I even have the position that I do now. So definitely a testament to just the connections that this group has been able to have personally for me. And it's always just inspiring to see other Black professionals in the city and everybody just doing great things, and everybody very much so just being so open and welcome to helping you, listening, and just being a great support system.
Thank you very much. And we love having you as a part of that. Sorry, your photo was not up there. I don't know what happened about that, but we'll get it up. We'll get it up there next time.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. I think that's it. If Mashawn is not here, we will move up. All right. All right. This is the final networking event for the evening. I'm gonna let Dave take it away. And after this, that will be the end of the program. So Dave.
Mike.
Oh, I'm sorry, Inya.
Do you mind if I jump in real quickly?
Oh yeah, you can give 1 or 2 minutes, or if you want to do that right before we do.
Thanks, everyone. Let's first of all, much love back to you, Vanessa. Love you back. Listen, guys, I want you to breathe and speak and invoke affluence into you. I want you to understand that there are 3 things that affluence is about, secrets. The first one is tax mitigation. Invest all you want, make all the money you want. You're in partnership with Sam. I don't call him uncle. The second thing is ownership. You all love real estate. That's fantastic. There's a bunch of other things you can own. What ownership does is it enables you to operate outside of the tax code. The wealthy don't use income as in earned income. They use the ownership strategy. That's strategy, and that's number 2. And the third thing, my friends, you can all relate to this because most of you own homes, is leverage. Use leverage. That's what the discerning affluent are doing. Tax mitigation, ownership, and leverage. I leave you with that. I leave you with love. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And also, Inya, can you put your website address in the chat as well so everyone can have that? Because you own Canoe Asset Management.
Thank you.
All right, if you put that in. Thank you very much. All right, everyone. Dave, where you at, buddy?
Okay, nice to meet myself. Really good session today, I think. A couple final things before we jump into the networking. First, and anyone who wants to connect with everyone else, please put your LinkedIn information in the chat. That way everyone can send you invitations and you can build your network very quickly and very fast. And then the other thing you can do is to make it easy for you, you can actually download the chat. So at the bottom right corner, you should see like 3 dots underneath the chat area. And I think you can click on that and you should be able to save chat, and then you'll have everything that's in your chat. So, but let's jump into the networking. So final one is, what are your most pressing financial concerns? Homeownership, college education, or retirement? So as a session question, and you know the rules. Basically, each person introduce themselves, spend 1 minute answering the question, 1 minute discussing connection opportunities, and then the last minute exchanging information if you want. And you always be sure to unmute yourself when you get into the breakout room, and you can leave for any reason. So let me set things up for everyone. Take me just a few seconds.
All right, who was in room 1? Who wants to say what was happening in there? Do they know which rooms they were in there?
Keeping track.
Not sure how it works. Ken Best, feedback in there. How was it, brother?
Oh man, it was awesome. And we made some connections, and some things might come out of it that are mutually beneficial. So
great.
Yeah, I think it was a good group session.
Jilson Daniels, I ain't heard from you tonight, brother. How'd it go in there?
He was in the same room.
That's good, but I want to hear him.
Well, Michael, I appreciate the shout out. I apologize.
He was having a technical.
Technical.
Yeah.
Gotta get that Roger Styles headset, brother. Jilson.
Audio issue with saying anything.
All right, Jilson, we got to get that together next time, man, so we can hear from you, my man.
Yeah, we need Jilson.
I know, Leandre. I'm so sorry.
How'd it go in there, Natasha Mitchell?
I was in a group with Mr. McFadden, and we were talking about home ownership, and a couple of the ladies spoke about building that generational wealth, which we know that's the grounds of what Black Achievers stand for. And Miss Tracy Howard spoke a lot about the mindset, kind of unlearning, bad money management habits and relearning them again. So I definitely look forward to connecting with her and Mr. Leandre for further conversation. It was a great discussion.
Great, thanks. Sade McMillan, you get in one? What happened in there, Sade?
So I don't think I was in there for the full 10 minutes. I was in group 4, but then I got moved to group 7. And we had a conversation. It was, I didn't catch his name. It was just me and another gentleman. We were kind of talking about not to say bad things about the questions, about how the question is pre-COVID and it needs to be updated to after COVID.
That's good feedback.
Because, I'm 28, so I remember being in high school and everybody was like, oh, you got to get you a car, you got to go get you a job because that's freedom, that's freedom, that's freedom. And now everybody's like, real estate, that's freedom, that's freedom, that's freedom. But it's kind of teaching people we need a better way, and it's especially Black people, a better way of teaching people how to buy houses. Because I know a lot of people here personally, in Dallas, the market is bad. It's a seller's market right now, and people are buying houses as is. But if they had the knowledge that that's not something that you do, but I think they're trying to beat the social fad of, I got a house by 30, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, but the pipes are burst, you got to pay $3,000 to get this uprooted. Yeah. So, and as far as the question about college and things of that nature, Gen Z, they're not going to college. They making millions of dollars off of TikTok. They are going through other avenues. So kind of updating that for the people that are kind of coming up, because Gen Z is, they're the ones with the pronouns and the new ideas and things of that nature. So kind of looking towards the younger generation to see what is going to be the new social norm of making money and investing.
That's great feedback. Thank you so much. Amazing. Kevin Macy, comments? You're on mute, brother. You're on mute.
I'm always going to be, I don't have a lot to say often, but I just want to say kudos to that last speaker, Sade. I think you're right on point about trying to find out where younger folks are trying to make their money and how we can help them improve. I will say this about real estate, though. It is an avenue to get rich, all a bit slowly. It is an avenue to get rich if that's your goal. But there's so many other things out there. It's great to hear from all you guys. So thank you.
Yeah, it's great. All right. And Roger Stiles, any comments from you, brother?
Sure. We were in there with Mr. Canute, and he shared with us, he went over the tax mitigation, leverage, and ownership. And, we focused on that. He told us about the rule of 72. If, your investments will double, with that rule of 72. So if you're earning 10%, then with the rule of 72, it doubles in 7.2 years. And he explained about one example where an older lady, 73, was getting paid less than 1% interest in a savings account. And that's pretty much what they give us now. And how long would it take to double her money? And that would have been 72 years. So he was just saying there's other ways to put your money outside a savings account that's earning nothing. And then we went over, many topics about real estate and just making an appointment to consult with your brother. So it was great.
Great feedback. Tracy Howard, what happened in there?
I was in the room with Leandre and Natasha, who already spoke. So it was quite an awesome room. I'm a business consultant, owner of T. Howard Consulting, and a Dave Ramsey certified financial coach. And so I'm in the business of helping people to understand and deal with their financial concerns. I just finished a 3-day course where we were talking about a jump start towards financial freedom, and helping people to understand that financial freedom is a choice. It's an option. It's something that they have the power to achieve. It's so exciting. And you have to start here. There are so many mental blocks that we have, especially us as people of color. And so that's my passion. That's my passion.
That's great. Well, thank you for the feedback. That's great. Terry Weathersby, how'd it go in there? She on mute too?
Okay. It went really good.
Good.
I did.
You had a good time? Okay, thank you. Who else I'm missing? Jennifer Ellis Smith, were you in there? How'd it go in there? You want feedback or perspective?
Hello. So in our group, we definitely talked about financial concerns that we had. Some were centered around our student loan debt, trying to get that paid off, wanting to purchase, currently owning homes, but wanting to purchase bigger homes, but new houses are much more expensive than
it's crazy right now.
I mean, our houses could definitely sell, but then then you have to buy a new one and you have a new mortgage, a higher mortgage. And so those are some of the things that we, discuss, wanting to make sure that we keep our credit scores, increasing those and paying off debt. So those were pretty much the things that we all discussed.
All right. Well, thank you for that feedback. I got John's iPhone. I mean, this guy, I mean, it's like a music video in there. You got John?
Hey, can you guys hear me? Okay.
Yeah. Some feedback. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing well, thanks. The session went very well. It was great to connect with those two individuals. We talked a lot about our future plans, including like retirement, things of that nature, and also how some of the newer, like I'm a millennial myself, I'm 29. So like how the young lady was speaking earlier about the updating how we approach financial freedom is a great thing, great feedback that I agree with as well. Also, another feedback, I would like to ask some of the presenters that you had questions afterwards, if there could be like time for Q&A for them, maybe 1 or 2 questions, that would be nice, because I wanted to ask some of them some questions before they exited, so.
Okay,
but, great
that's
session,
good.
thank you.
Yeah, we'll send out their contact information so you have it, but yeah, we'll make sure there's a Q&A option. Great, anybody else missing here? Nicole Avant, did I miss you?
No, I just hopped on.
Oh, you just hopped on. I'm sorry. Okay. Well, this is the end of the event.
I heard the question. I was like, oh man, I hate that I missed it because I do have some financial concerns.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we will have another event, but yeah, that was the last one. I was just trying to get everyone's feedback and get, just tell everyone thank you, really. Lamar Gordon, did you have any feedback or anything you wanted to say about the session?
No, I mean, I think in our session, we pretty much talked about like how to manage your time to get the most out of your day or most out of your time to help your financial situation. Basically, like if you're working 9 to 5, how can you do that and your side hustle at the same time, or one after the other? However, you can do it in the best way, to make the best use of your time to make the most money you possibly can.
All right. Well, thanks, Lamar. That's great. Monica Moss Gransberry, were you in a session?
I was. Hi.
Hi.
I was. We ended up talking about real estate.
It's a hot topic right
for the
now,
evening, and just different way how like. Okay, see you later. Kevin shared about how he got, kind of some of the aspects of things he's into. I shared a little bit about our hotel investment work, and it was a good conversation.
Great. I'm glad to hear that. I don't think I missed anyone on the first. Daryl Tolbert, did I miss you? You're on mute.
No, actually, I was in the same class with Jennifer. We just talked about student loans and some of the debt that some of us had, and just some of the problems that we faced as far as trying to get out of debt and get some of them paid off. And as she mentioned, talking about wanting to buy a bigger home and looking at the problem of the market today. And, it's just some of the things that we did discuss. So
That's great. Well, that's great discussion. That's what we're here for. So thank you for contributing. Inesi Jean Mary? Is that pronounce your name correctly?
It's Nancy. That's fine.
Nancy. Nancy. I'll do better. Hey.
Hi. So our group, we talked about how sometimes you may or may not have the capital, but oftentimes you have the capital, but not really sure where to put it. And then if you're not knowledgeable about something, people talk about, they throw crypto around a lot. And although it may be beneficial and a lot of people have been successful with it, but if me and another lady were talking, if we're not comfortable and we don't really know what it is or what other investments are, other than real estate, you're not so quick to jump in, and so you're at a standstill. So it would be helpful, she said, if we perhaps had a list of the people that are knowledgeable about certain things, to create a list for us to contact them even after the meeting, so that if we're unsure about certain different type of investment, we can reach out and get some advice and, know where to go forward with our capital.
Yeah, that's great. That's why we got Inye Canoe on here. So we're going to get a list of these brothers and sisters together who are in the industry, and Tracy Howard, and make sure we get that out to the group as well. Inye, any final comments? I think we're about to wrap up here, everyone. Anything you want to say? You're on mute.
Thank you very much. You have outdone yourself. This group is unlimited. Capabilities, what we've got here is truly unparalleled. And it's your vision. Congratulations, keep up the good work. This is power. This is the way it's supposed to be. And somebody talked about mindset. Absolutely. You've got to think transformationally. And I'll leave you, if you read or use Audible or any of the other sources, I'm going to ask you to go to and grab who, not how. Because in this audience are so many who's that you can utilize and tap into. Who, Not How by Dan Sullivan. I would encourage every one of you here to grab Who, Not How, because you're going to multiply your capabilities when you start thinking who, not how.
Great.
Thank you.
Thanks for the inspirational word. Trevina Adams, I think I might have missed you. Hey.
No, you're fine. I got permission from one of your board members
I wanted to say that I'm running for city council for Forest Park. So I just
Yeah.
want to throw that out there. I'm not, I'm not a politician. I'm just a resident who sees some things that maybe I can help facilitate. And then the other thing is, I am looking for a new career. So I do have a master's in public administration. So I'm just throwing that out there. I know this is probably, I hope that wasn't inappropriate, but.
No, that's great. This is what we're here for. This is family. So
Yeah.
somebody's going to know somebody that can help you. That's the whole point.
I have 21 years of government, but I am a job and family, but I'm ready to do something else desperately. And I need to increase my income in that respect, but also to running for city council. So I just want to throw that out there. And I'm open to any suggestions or advice that anyone has, just to make sure that I represent not only Forest Park, but I represent our people well. So I'm open to what. Thank
That's
you.
great. Can you make sure you put your LinkedIn in the chat so
I
everyone
did,
can
sir.
have it? Did you do that? Okay, great. Okay, we'll
Yes,
make
sir.
sure we
Thank you
connect
so
with you.
much.
No problem. Who else? Tammy Westmoreland. I see you got an organization. Hey, you're on mute.
Hi, I didn't think you were going to call on me.
Yeah, we got to call on you.
I have enjoyed our session has been great. I actually missed the second one, but I was on the first session and then I was on the last one. But everything everyone's already said, I echo it as far as financial freedom. I have stepped out on faith and I have been doing my nonprofit now since March. I think that was the last time I worked as a nurse was in March. And I've been trying to be obedient. That's what we're talking about too, being obedient. Stop allowing that fear to stop you from doing what your purpose is and what you're meant to do. Because if we step out on faith, and we do our part, God will show up and show out. So financial freedom, of course, I'm also trying to get into real estate. I actually just had a call trying to do Airbnbs. With me having family in different states, I just feel like it makes sense, especially, we can always block out that time and I can stay in that Airbnb and then we can also make money on it. So I've been talking about that, doing that with my sister, just always trying to figure out how that my kids will be good. I have a 20-year-old and I have a 9-year-old. And I think I'm doing well as far as teaching them. My daughter's a author at the age of 9, so she has her book on Amazon. So we just that financial growth and the generational growth, working on making sure that our kids are good, making sure that they are stable. Like I pray that I move on. If I do leave this, once I do leave this earth, that they can continue on my nonprofit because I started in honor of my son, which is their brother. So they can keep his name alive, keep his memories alive, and we can continue to do great work through our organization. But yeah, everything everyone said, real estate is very, very, that's the thing right
Well,
now.
thank you, Tammy, for your feedback. That's great. Thank you. I have Sade McMillan has her hand up. Hey, Sade, we have some final comments.
I just wanted to direct this at Tammy. Tammy, stay on that road. Stay on that road. Like if God put something in your mind, that's not a mistake. A lot of times, I know when I first became a CEO, I was only 26 and I was like, oh God, what do you got me doing? I don't know what I'm doing. I'm in this Republican state. None of these people look at me. They're looking at my hair all the time, trying to touch it. And I don't know what to do, but I've been running my business for 3 years. And I've had eviction notices. I've had, but no evictions. I've had repo, threats, but no repossessions. So wherever step you take, make sure that it's just in the same direction that God is putting you in. It's going to look crazy. God is like a tight rope. It's he's the rope, but he's also the net at the bottom. Mm-hmm. And the thing about following God's leadership is that it's very narrow because there's not a lot of room for error to stay on that tightrope. And when you're on top of the tightrope, you have all these people spectating and looking and kind of taking pictures, kind of making mental notes. And, whenever you go to the circus, most kids are like, Mom, they're going to fall. They're going to fall. So it's when you have all this doubt and all this almost like entertainment, people watching you from the outside, oh, she's following this dream. She's following God, because we don't really see that, especially in the Black community. A lot of people have left the faith. So even if you fall off the tightrope, know that God is going to catch you in the net. And
That's
if
great.
he gave it to you, he will fund it. He will make sure
Yes.
it's not gonna be steak and potatoes all the time.
Yes,
Maybe
I-
just oranges and canned corn,
Amen.
you know, but sometimes it's gonna be manna, sometimes it's gonna be something totally different. So just stay the course. Like, I love to see Black women in business that their sounding board is God, because we know that you can get as rich as possible, you can get all the money in the world, but it just doesn't mean anything. So stay the course.
Thank you, love.
Stay the course. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sade, for those comments. That's great. We're finishing up. Jennifer Smith, any comments from you? Ellis Smith, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I don't have any other comments. This is my
Okay.
first time
Great.
on this. I just really believe that it was just orchestrated by God, because during my prayer this morning, especially just driving to work, I was just asking God, I was like, just show me. I need, sometimes, trying to figure it all out, when you work a full-time job, but then when you're trying to start your own, I was just like, God, show me. I need for you to show me something, just need that motivation. And I got the email earlier about the virtual event, and I kind of did think about it after getting home. And then I got the text message about the virtual event. I was like, okay, wait a minute. I was like, okay. And God was like, you told me to show you something.
Yeah. Well, this is the group to motivate you. So you're in the right place. This is nothing but love
so
and motivation here.
Yeah, so thank you. I really enjoyed this. It was not planned for this evening, but it really was a blessing. So thank you.
All right, thank you too. Anybody else with final comments? We're gonna let you guys out of here. Going once.
Mike, I think we have someone with her hand up. Kimberly Youngblood.
Oh, Youngblood, I didn't see that. Hey, Kim.
Hey, I just wanted to say, first of all, I apologize that I did not make it in on time, but actually I was right on time. And if I may just impart two things: one, as a minister, and two, as a licensed therapist who is not ashamed, embarrassed, but ever proud to say that I am a Christian therapist. So I am a person of faith. It is not by accident, but all by design that each and every one of you are here. You are here with purpose, reason, and clarity. I pray that each and every one of you have the desires of your heart. I pray that God blesses you more abundantly than you can ever imagine. I speak against anything that the enemy may come and try to prevent itself to come against anything that you are doing. I believe that God has and will do all things. I am speaking into each and every one of your lives to say that any hindrance is being turned into a testimony. Every testimony is being turned into a generational blessing. I believe that you all are capable of doing anything that God has given you, but He is going to give you so much more. So bless each and every one of you. That's really all that I wanted to say. I don't even know why, but it was laid on my spirit, and I'm obedient to what it says. So God bless you.
God bless you too. Thank you for that. I think we have to end on that note, guys. I mean, that's nothing but amazing. So thank you for coming out. We will have another event in the next quarter.
I do want to shout out my wife, Tanya Best, who started her consulting business. She had her grand opening today. So
congratulations.
Do that. I
Yeah,
put the
her
brochure.
information out there. Congratulations.
Yeah, I put the brochure in the chat as a link there. So
Great.
And it's Best Home Health Hair Consulting.
Okay.
Yep.
We will support.
I definitely need
All
to
right.
talk to her. That's awesome.
Definitely. Let's do it.
All right. All right, everyone. We
bless
stay on here
everybody.
all night. I know y'all got things to do. This has been amazing. Thank you so much. We're going to end tonight, and I'll put the videos out there on YouTube and send you guys a follow-up. Have a great
All right.
evening, everyone. See you, everyone.
Bye.
Night, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Good night. Wonderful.
Bye-bye.
Right.